We're standing on what would normally be the sidewalk of the main stretch of Woodland Park. This is what's left of a roof that was ripped off of the home right next door to us early yesterday morning. But we found just moving south of town towards Walsenburg, these winds only got worse. Renters of this home tell me that the water rose within 30 minutes of first hitting. A tree smashed into these two parked cars here on the south side of town. This fire has actually died down considerably since we first got out here about 2 hours ago. I'm going to step out of the shot to give you a better look at what we are seeing out here right now. Well, the mayor tells us the more people they charge going up the incline, the more money they say they'll have to maintain Bar Trail as people are getting off the incline. The dirt filled with hundreds of contaminants like these tires is brought over here where crews are taking it through a massive sifting process. We're already starting to see some of those problems come up, like here at this clogged up culvert.
Lena, wow, you look comfortable.
Relaxing.
Very comfortable, you guys. Now, a very telling sign of just how busy things are going to get here over the weekend. The homeowners that were forced to evacuate on only a moment's notice here along Peyton Highway tell me they are feeling a major sense of relief to come home and find their houses and all of their neighbors' houses still standing. The snow and the freezing conditions that we're feeling right now, those are what helped crews finish up mopping up the hot spots earlier today.
By the time, just from the time I got in our house till we got to the car, the smoke was so bad you almost couldn't see the car.
Moments of panic rushed over Hanover homeowners as fire erupted.
Came home real quick, got my dog, left everything else in the house, didn't even try and get anything because I couldn't see the flames, all I could see was smoke. So I knew it was coming, so we just got out. And then we just sat back over here and watched and just prayed that our houses weren't going to burn up.
Donna Stevenson watched News 5 as fire surrounded her property.
It kind of just split and went around us like this.
Flames even creeping right up to the propane tank on her mother's yard next door, destroying water tanks, tires, and a trailer.
And all I could think of was all my kids' pictures and my grandkids' pictures and everything that was in the house that we've worked for all this time, but it's only stuff. Everybody we love got out, and nobody's hurt.
Her neighbor, Walker Crane, lost 2 of his family's work trucks.
Been stocking up tools, you know, for years and years, and we had a big box truck full of tools burn up, panel van full of tools and equipment burn up, so that's kind of sad.
He estimates at least 3/4 of his family's 35-acre lot were scorched.
It was amazing how the wind was going, and the flames were just crazy out here.
While flames were knocking on the door of his home and several others, firefighters were able to save every home in the fire's 5,000-acre path.
Nobody can tell me there's not a God after looking at this. I mean, if you look at the houses, it went around all of our houses and it didn't get anything. So I'm thankful. I am so thankful just to be here today.
The cause of this fire is still under investigation at this time, but moving forward, the Hanover Fire Chief tells us fire mitigation is more important now than ever before as we move into those warmer conditions. The construction has unearthed some ugly challenges that neighbors want answers for.
Not good for the environment at all.
Bobby Pennington walks her dog along Fountain Creek every day.
It's a beautiful little spot. Well, it was till recently.
And she's had a front row seat to the construction all year.
And they've been moving the earth, and there's tires, like really old 1950s, 60s tires that was in the ground, and they're just pushing it into the creek.
She says she's nervous about how this could affect the environment.
This is my concern. I want this water and the landscape around it and the wildlife to be protected. And that's pretty important, you know, and somebody needs to be held accountable for this and get it cleaned up.
So we took these concerns straight to El Paso County officials.
Over the years, businesses and property owners along here have experienced flooding, and then they've built up the creek wall to prevent further erosion using tires.
And not just a few.
We were absolutely expecting to find it and not absolutely expecting to find as many.
The county has already dug up more than 1,000 tires in the areas surrounding the creek, dating back to the 40s. The dirt filled with hundreds of contaminants like these tires is brought over here where crews are taking it through a massive sifting process, and that clean dirt will be put back into the project. Despite Pennington's concerns, the county is filtering out the tires and properly disposing of them, with plans to leave the areas around Fountain Creek in much better condition than they found it.
The dirt normally in a project like this, you would come from the road toward the creek. Well, they can't do that because of the potential for contamination.
This construction project, which will serve as a new gateway into Manitou, started just after Christmas and will finish up at the end of next year. Well, we found longtime hikers aren't thrilled with the idea of charging to get on the trail that's been free and open to the public for years now. But on the flip side of things, we're told they are not getting enough donations to maintain Bar Trail. 2,744 steps of railroad ties, almost a mile long.
I mean, it's such a good challenge. You know, you want to beat your last time.
But the cost of hiking the incline could be climbing.
How would you put a user fee into place?
Mayor Kendray is thinking about charging hikers. He says they're expecting a $700,000 loss in revenue this year due to the Cog Railway closing, and a lot of people choosing not to pay to park for the incline, using the free shuttle instead, which costs the city about $350,000 a year.
So we are looking at both our income sources and our revenue sources pretty heavily. It's a pretty significant impact for the city of Manitou Springs, so we are looking at everything.
Well, the mayor tells us the more people they charge going up the incline, the more money they say they'll have to maintain Bar Trail as people are getting off the incline.
And it's really designed to pay for maintenance, pay for our shuttle, pay for the things that we need to do to make the incline safe.
Friends of the Incline has a donation box at the base of the trail and just donated $10,000 on behalf of the community to repair Bar Trail. They do not support this idea.
Our donations come from users. So they're donating, in which we in turn are able to use for maintenance. And that would go away. Instead, you'd have bureaucracy of a user fee.
Bob Stuka tries to do the incline twice a day.
I love the incline very well, but if I do that twice a day, it's be probably cost me lots of money. I'd be looking for something else.
But others support the idea.
If it gets more people affiliated with Colorado, then all the better,
There's a lot of cost just to keep this trail up. So I think it's fair, as long as it's a reasonable cost,